Brago.
So,
One Piece, chapter 1158. One of our favorite chapters out there in One Piece is just released. And I gotta ask you a question,
yeah.
But after the King Herald and Rax Dizabek fight ends, we get a very interesting narrator box. They could not see eye to eye. The odd friendship between them came to an end, and for the time being, they no longer met until the day of that fateful incident. What is that day? Is it God Valley? Is it something we don't know about? Or do you believe in the crackpot theory that Roxy Zabek is still out there somewhere and he was there the day King Herald died? Where are you?
Huh. Interesting. I didn't think about that one. Because it I guess was a vague open statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Because, like, if Oda reveals that Rox didn't die at God Valley and then he showed up at, for whatever reason, Harold's death, did he die with Harold? Like, did it die holding hands? Was it?
Died holding hands? No, like maybe Rox is the one that killed him.
Wait, I'm thinking back. Like, wasn't there somebody going after the devil fruit when we saw the flashback?
Yes, somebody did walk into the treasury room and said, "Oh, that's the legendary Elbaf devil fruit, isn't it?" Yeah. Rox is the only person that's ever mentioned it beforehand.
I'm not mad at that thought, but I think Oda's not going to give us enough to go there. He might leave it open-ended, right? Where we're not sure if Rox died at God Valley, and there could be somebody else that gets the devil fruit, and we're not sure who it is, and we could speculate that that's Rox. For right now, I'm going to say the fateful incident. Probably God Valley.
So
that
Harold
cool,
goes
though.
there.
That would be cool. That would be cool. And that's the thing, like, we don't know if Harold was at God Valley. We really don't know. But, like, then why would Harold go to God Valley? Like, we know that he... Okay, going back to Rox and Harold's fight, I really feel like they weren't really trying to kill each other.
Definitely not. They're friends, man.
Yeah. Like, it's an odd friendship, but they're friends nonetheless. And I don't think they were really trying to kill each other. And so, why did he like resolve himself to go to God Valley after hearing about all these different things? And he's like, okay, I'm ready now.
Or it could be the opposite. What if he's like, you know what? Rox was right. And then he sails to God Valley. Them? He goes to help Rox, but maybe Harold shows up at the last minute, and then he sees Rox get stabbed, and he's like, no! And then Rox is like, ah!
It'd be more poetic if he was stabbed by, like, the world government, though, right? Or it has to be, like, I think it'd be more poetic if it's something the world government does that kind of reinforces what Rox told Harold. Or, well, one thing we do know is that at some point they started using Harold. So that everything does come full circle eventually. So maybe that doesn't have to happen at God Valley. But if he sees Rox dying, like if it's like a stab by Roger and Whitebeard and Cheeky, like all of his guys just turn on him. You know? That'd be interesting.
But also, if Harold does go to God Valley, he'll see how nasty the Celestial Dragons actually are, too. Like, he should already know. He already knows, right?
People.
He saw them kidnapping people, but when he sees them hunting, ooh.
Would be interesting, because they'd be hunting a buccaneer.
I mean, nobody cares about those guys.
No, nobody does, but, like, isn't Buccaneer really, like, human and giant? You know? So that could stand out. where it's just, and then it's a perspective maybe he didn't see before, where he's like, damn.
Peace was never an option.
Like they really just want to use us, you know? So I would like it if Harold was at God Valley. But the thing is, with all the perspective we've seen at God Valley, how do you hide Harold?
Maybe he doesn't set foot on the island. Maybe it's just like one of those things where he sails by, but he's too late. And then he just keeps on sailing because, you know, Rox is already dead.
He has binoculars?
No, I mean, he has like giant eyes, right? He's not Asian. Surely he could like see pretty far.
He might be Asian.
Does he look Asian? Let me see. No, he looks Mongolian.
Like a Viking?
Like
I still
an
think it's
Asian
hilarious
Viking.
that he shaved his head to look more
To look more peaceful?
more peaceful.
Yeah, I think that had the opposite effect, brother.
And he ends up looking like Kratos.
Yeah, and then he
Yeah, I
rips off
don't-
the horns and he gets like the scars up there. It's like, oh, hey, Harold,
This isn't.
what are you doing, man?
He thinks it's working, is just making things worse. I would like that if Harold saw or sees Rox's death and sees all the just how terrible the world government can be. But hey, we know even after God Valley, he still gets into bed with them. So.
But that could just be because he has no choice at that point, right? Like, you made your bed, you have to sleep in it. I think King Harold
There's
could
no
be the
other
exact
option.
same way. Like, hey, King Harold, you're gonna get what you finally wanted, and then King Harold's up there and is like, oh, this is bad. Like, it's
thing
too
is-
late. He's in a den of wolves.
With Rox, I wonder if there's anything Rox could do where people would choose the world government over him. Just because we know how terrible they are and how terrible they can be. So I think it's to the point where even when I talk about they're more good Marines than good pirates, where they do way more good than the pirates do. Like, people hate that. Like, no, the Marines, they're bad. There's a terrible organization. I'm like, they're necessary.
Yeah. By the end of the story,
Right.
we're still gonna have the Marines. WG, probably not. Marines,
Right.
yes, they're still gonna
Marines
be there.
necessary,
We need them.
right? Like, but we've been kind of, I guess, changed and influenced by who we're following. We're following the Straw Hats, and we interact with other good pirates. So we're just like, man, pirates are great. Like, a pirate life is a life for me. Like, we just sail around and do good shit. Like, what's the problem? I don't see anything illegal here. You know? And it's like, we got to think about, like, all the other shit that pirates really do. You know, like Big Mom just having things that she's fond of in books. Kaido basically forcing people to smile against their will.
Doflamingo essentially erasing your existence and putting you in a smile factory.
Like,
It's like,
Kid
yeah,
was like
there's some bad pirates out there.
hanging people up like Conky. It's like, it's like, pirates are not good people for the most part. Like, the Straw Hats, like, we see the exceptions, you know, but for the most part, they're not good. But in this case, I guess for Rox, let me ask you,
Yeah.
your perception going in, has anything changed for you based on what you know now? of
So far,
Rox?
I love Rocks. You know, people are saying that he feels like the old generation Luffy in a way. Not with like how he gathered his crew, but like just the way he acts and the whole thing about his friendships and how he values them. And you know, I don't see Rocks as an ultimate evil. I thought that was gonna be my perception coming into this flashback. Like, oh yeah, Rocks is like a very bad guy. He's a villain, but I don't think he's like heinous on a different level yet. So when you talk about like, what could put the WG over Rocks, it's like, it's kind of tough, like, because based on what we know about God Valley, Garp and Roger teamed up to protect celestial dragons. What would make them protect celestial dragons and go against Rocks? Like, what could Rocks have done there that really pushed everything over the edge?
But essentially, what if Rox had a moment where it's just like, he is not beaten, but he's like on the back foot, and then he starts talking shit about like his crew, and like he's like, I don't need anybody, I don't need any of you, da 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 da. And he starts like just like killing random people, like not even celestial dragons, but citizens of God Valley. But the world government, they frame it as, oh, they were protecting celestial dragons. But really, he was like, they're protecting the citizens of God Valley because, they cannot say they were protecting citizens because God Valley does not exist.
They weren't there.
They weren't
yeah,
there.
maybe Rox crashes out so hard he starts attacking his own crew. Like, imagine if he turns on Shiki, Whitebeard, Big Mom, and then it's like, you know, he could have like a whole thing where he's like, I don't care about any of these people.
Right.
And then he looks over the the horizon and he sees Harold coming for him. He's like, my one friend.
You got to think about
know.
what the Harold betrayal does to him, because his only friend is like, nah, I'm not rocking with you. And the only friend tries to do the world government's job. And now you go to God Valley for one major score, and then things go completely awry. And then at some point, again, we gotta factor in things change for a lot of people. Roger becomes this almost celestial being for a lot of people. Big Mom is dying, and she says, why did you have to go and die, Roger? Like, that's who she thinks about. Kaido props up Roger. Like, Shiki was like, yo, Roger, let's... So, at some point, I'm not sure what Roger did in God Valley, but he must have done something that completely just, like, changed the minds of Rox's crew, where they then start believing in this guy. The only thing I can see is, like, a completely, like, overwhelming Rox, but that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Like, something to have them lose faith in Rox and gain favor on behalf of Roger. Because I think, like I keep telling people, I feel like we're walking right into the setup. Like you said, Rox feels kind of cool, right? Ambitious, driven, powerful, decisive, right? And then Roger's goofy. He's gooning, right? He's getting cucked by his right hand. Not really, but kind of really. Like, oh, Roger's cool, but Rox, though. Right? You know that meme where the guy's walking? Like, that's us walking with Roger.
Yeah, and then he, like, turns around and looks at
back,
the girl.
it's Rox, right?
Yeah.
And I think Oda's going to remind us, because at the end of this is Gold D. Roger. And I think we need a reminder. So whatever happens in God Valley, it completely shifts everything. And
it's going to make Roger look good.
Going to make Roger look amazing. And Rox is not going to look as good, I think.
Which, now, I want to pivot over, because there is a different faction at God Valley as well. The God Knights, Garling. Do you think that Garling is going to look great after God Valley? Will we leave God Valley and say, wow, Garling and the God Knights really showed the fuck out?
If he scars Whitebeard, yeah. If he scars Whitebeard in God Valley, it's like, oh, hey, this is a young Garling. When he gets stronger after this, as does Whitebeard, but scarring Whitebeard, okay, he's legit. And if that happens, I think that would amplify the God Knights. However, I don't think anybody was questioning Garling's strength. I don't think that's somebody who, like, people were like, oh man, we gotta. No, I think people were like, okay, Garling's legit.
Yeah, he's
we believe Garling's
the
legit.
God King's father.
Yeah, we believe like Garling's legit. So, I'm not sure if it moves the needle much for the God Knights, but it would impact it, because like he was a God Knight when he did that. So it's just like, okay, I think it does something for Shamrock, but I don't think Shamrock needs this, considering who Shamrock's brother is. He's already enhanced by Shanks. So I think for the God Knights to be elevated or be viewed differently, somebody else would have to do something spectacular. Like if we see somebody from back then fighting against Prime Ray and doing a pretty good job, it's like, whoa, this is not even the leader of the God Knights. He's fighting against Prime Rayleigh. We have to put more respect on the God Knights. And then we know for the God Knights, well, at some point, Somers does fight Scopper.
Could be God Valley.
Could be God Valley. right? So, I think we need a major feat against established characters, and we got a lot of established characters here.
Yeah.
Whitebeard, we got Kaido, we got
Shiki.
Rocks, Roger, Shiki. It's so many things that could happen to kind of bolster the God Knights. But I think Shamrock is fine, Garling is fine because of affiliation. Just the others we need. I think even some more insight into like the families, that would be cool. Like even finding out, like I think Gunko's family's the Manmeyer.
Yeah, the
right?
Manmeyer family.
Right, finding out more about the families. I think also there's a funny little tidbit in which Oda can like include Brook in all this somehow, you know. But I think the God Knights, and also depends on where you view the God Knights. Are they endgame? Are all of them endgame? Do you think that's who we're going to be fighting against at the end? The Straw Hats, or are those going to be the Revolutionary Army fights? But if it's just like Conqueror's Haki, does that limit the scope for people that can fight the God Knights? It's just, I think it's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, that's the tough part, right? You know, Conqueror's Haki being the key to wounding these guys, I think it very much so limits the amount of people that could fight them, right? Like, at first, people are like, oh, they're revolutionary opponents. And it's like, okay, but the only person in the Revs that might have Conqueror's Haki is Dragon, and that's not even confirmed. You know, we assume he has it, but it's not confirmed yet. Sabo doesn't have it yet. Ivankov doesn't have it. Kuma didn't have it. Bello Betty, Lindbergh, Harasu, they don't have it. Morley doesn't have it. So it's like, it can't be Rev fights at that point. It's got to be like other people.
Unless he goes the creative route and tries to use a different way.
Like sealing them off.
Defeat them. Sealing, separation, you know, like Okarasu, not him having the crows or whatever. Like, what if he takes different parts of them and like does different things with them? You know, it's like
splits them apart.
Yeah, like and then now it's kind of like what's his name from Naruto? Yan.
Oh yeah, he Don's immortal, and they just like cut his body apart and put him in a hole.
Yeah, so it's just like finds different ways to defeat them without actually having Conqueror's Haki, like how we do with Big Mom and Kaido, where it's like, you know, different ways to do things, but it just.
I think they have a way. I mean, considering the fact that Dragon was like, yeah, like, you know, when the Holy Knights mobilize, we'll do our action. And it's like, so he knows about them.
Unless
he's got to have a
bunch
plan.
Of conquerors that are revolutionaries,
brother.
Or it could be a chicken and the egg thing, where it's like, to join the revolutionaries, they're a conqueror, or like once you join the revolutionaries, it's proof that you're a conqueror.
Stop.
I don't know, man.
I would eat my shoe if Dragon had more than 3 conquerors on his crew. 3 is generous, by the way. 3 is generous. There's no way he has more than 3. And like I said, 3 are not even confirmed yet. I'm going to go ahead and just give him that 3. More than 3, ludicrous. I wouldn't believe it.
Once Koala pulls out a fishman karate.
Koala's not pulling out Conqueror's Haki. I would rather give Conqueror's Haki, no lie, to Moria. Give it to Moria. That makes more sense.
I thought you were going to say Morley, but Conqueror's Haki to Moria.
Moria over most of the refs. Yes.
I feel like that's pretty sexist.
The only person in the revs who deserves Conqueror's Haki more than Moria would be probably Sabo. And that's it. That's literally it.
Give me Karasu.
No, Moria would have it over Karasu. Stop! What the fuck is that? You whipping out something he's never done before. Karasu! Like that's his signature move.
Nah, that's what he did. He did that. He just did that, and then all this just like popped up out of nowhere. I think you're underestimating Karasu.
Yeah, and then we have Ahiru with the mechanical arm. We have Spider Boy Giron. We have a cow person. Like, I feel like Dragon has assembled like the Suicide Squad of the One Piece world. Like, I don't know how you go about your life and get these people. You know what? I think that is the best case to make, that Dragon is Luffy's father. Because Luffy sees like the dumbest looking characters out there, and he's like, hey, you want to join?
But I don't think Dragon is judging them on the basis of their looks like you are, Sai. He's judging them on the basis of their character and who would have Conqueror's Haki.
Lindbergh is a catmic. I didn't know that was confirmed. Okay. Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah, man.
That's disgusting.
I'm just saying. Like, once Dragon walks out and he reveals everyone in the revolutionaries are conquerors.
Have you
And that's how he flips his like his cape.
have you
And
watched
then
Kuroko no Basket?
oh, I stopped after 10 episodes. I was like, this is ridiculous.
There's an ability that's like Conqueror's Hockey called the Zone, where they get like electric eyes and they move at like ×3 speed. And the final villain has the ability to put all of his teammates in the zone. What if Dragon does that? He's like, I'm going to unlock all of your Conqueror's Hockey.
Listen.
Oh, we could call it. How about this? You know, I'll give them this one. We can call it Commoner's Hockey.
Commoner's Hockey.
Yeah,
So
Commoner's Hockey.
I think we're underestimating the revolutionaries because they look goofy, and that's not fair.
No, I think that's very fair.
Like, you love Moria.
I think the Revs are the worst looking faction out of all of them. I'm just saying, brother. Like, even Bello Betty, you know, I don't like Bello Betty either. I just think
Not to like about Bello.
you know, maybe I'm just like a little bit of a prude. I think she has too much hanging out. You know, I like a girl that's well dressed. You know, give me like, you know, a Perona or a Domino. You like Domino? I like Domino.
Love Domino.
Yeah, like I'd
So you
rather have
think
a
she
girl
at
dressed
least-
like
at least
Domino than
button-
Sadie and
button
Bella
up her-
Betty.
At least button up her shirt.
Yeah, if Bella Betty buttoned up her shirt and maybe took off that stupid hat, I'd like her more.
But what if she got like the double-sided tape? So it never like, you know? I think it'd be more insane if she doesn't have. It's just a shirt that's open.
It's just the shirt. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, they're not my favorite faction out there by a long shot, but I do still expect them to do something. Like I would like to imagine they have some way to fight the Holy Knights. Like they have some countermeasure, Commoner's Hockey, you know, they know their special weakness. Maybe they got like a Gojo ceiling cube ready to go.
You never know.
Yeah, something.
They're ready for them to mobilize, unless it's just like
Or
depend on
Sea
Dragon.
Stone. Maybe they got like Sea Stone chains and they're just gonna lock them all up because some of them are Devil Fruit users.
You did not mention Ivankov as a possible conqueror.
Ivankov as a conqueror. I feel like if Ivankov had it, we would have seen it already.
That's so tough for conquerors. Like as much as I enjoy conquerors, and it's funny because for people that weren't around back then, we hated conquerors back then, guys. The reason why we hated conquerors was because it did shit. It did nothing. It just knocked out fodder.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
There's no reason to really have it.
It felt useless. It felt like a useless power, and it felt like it was unnecessary. Like even in Marineford, when everyone reacted, was like, yes, Conqueror's Hockey. Is like, okay. Now I think the pendulum has swung completely the other way, where it is like such an essential power for like the top of the verse. And even now with the God Knight saying that Conqueror's Hockey is the key, it kind of like somebody said this, and I tend to agree that like in a way, like hockey, Conqueror's Hockey, things like that kind of made fights in One Piece a bit more boring. Because it doesn't have to be as creative. It's just like strong hockey, lightning go boom.
Yeah. Like, hey, here's a cool Devil Fruit, lightning, done. Nullified.
But I guess that's why I enjoy the Big Mom fight so much, because like, you know,
We had just two, like what, multiple awakenings going crazy?
multiple awakenings, had to figure it out, right? Even though it could have been better if you didn't nerf Big Mom. Like, it's like you don't have to nerf Big Mom, just make Law and Kid
A little bit stronger, yeah.
Yeah, like, just don't make
That's all
Big
it
Mom a
was.
complete buffoon. But, you know, either way, I agree. The Revolutionaries are the worst faction.
Okay,
This is
right now, give 3 of the Revs Conqueror's Hockey. Who would you give it to? I'd give it to Sabo.
Dragon, Sabo.
No, we can just omit Dragon. We can order
Other than Dragon. So 3 other
Yeah.
than Dragon.
Yeah.
Sabo, Karasu, and then somebody's completely unexpected. Like
I
Hack.
kind of want to give it to Jerome.
Okay. That's fine. All right. If you're giving Conqueror's Hockey to the Vice Admirals. Or, no. Screw Vice Admirals. Just Marines. Other than the Admirals.
Marines other than the admirals. Do
And
we
Garp and
count Kobe?
Sudu. Other than Kobe.
Other than Kobe. Uh, who would you give it to in the Marines? Minus all these key players. No admirals, no Garp, no Suru, no
Nope.
Kobe. Like, okay, who do we have left?
What's his name? Tonfa.
Tonfa.
What was no? That's Hunter Hunter.
I was gonna say, like, who the hell's Tonfa?
What was it?
There's
Tonga.
nobody- There's nobody
The
named
dog.
freaking One Piece.
Your favorite dog, Vice Admiral thing?
Oh, you're talking about Doberman.
No, not him. The one.
There's
that,
Doberman. There's
Frankie
Hound.
beat.
Oh, the guy that Frankie beat, Tosa.
Tosa.
I would give
say-
Conqueror's Hockey to Red King, Smoker, and your boy Groose.
Of course, Sengo Grus.
Yeah.
And also Doll.
I don't know if I'd give it a doll.
Give it to Baby Doll. And honestly, might give it to Kujaku. And I think it'd be funny to give it to Hibari as well.
Hibari, I think, could make sense.
Because she's so soft spoken. So like it's kind of like once she gets like serious, oh shit, she has Conqueror's Hockey.
Especially if her dad really is a Kainu.
If her dad's a kind of, then that's
It's
like,
like, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah, like
It's
that.
like a
And
Conqueror's
Kujaku-
Hockey buffet. We're just giving it to everybody.
Well, it's like in the Marines, these are like key players, like
Yeah.
future. Obviously, they're gonna be big names in the future. And Kujaku, isn't she like Sudo's granddaughter?
Yeah, Sudo's granddaughter.
So it's like we're kind of continuing like what One Piece really is, where it's like inherited will, So like, I don't think Groose is anybody famous or related to anybody.
He's a prince. I mean, hey,
is a prince, though.
conquerors, kings.
He's a prince.
I don't know.
The only thing that was disappointing with Groose was his age.
How old is he?
9? Something. I think he was much
Bruce
older than I
is-
thought.
Yeah, he's 29.
Yeah, he's much older than I was like, why is he so old? But with Marines, like you just join the Marines at any age. It's like it's not like a set thing really. Like he could just maybe was a prince for a long time. He's like, yo, I wanna change the world. Then just left his perch and now he's like a Marine, right? So yeah, Groose, Doll, Kujaku, Hibari. And obviously Kobe.
Smoker.
And Smoker.
Yeah,
I hate that the story has made me
I got
lose
it.
faith in Smoker, bro.
What about Tashigi?
Hell no.
What?
No.
Huh?
After her showing at
No
Punk
Tashigi?
Hazard, no.
But Brago, Punk Hazard was like 12 years ago.
Unless Tashigi is a character that has Kuina inside of her and she's gonna like turn it on at a full moon like a mink, then no. Hell no. Conqueror's Hockey, Tashigi.
Do you ever think that Tashigi as a swordsman would fight Mihawk?
With like is he using Yoru?
Yes.
Or he's using that small pocket knife?
He's using Yoru.
Oh.
So she just like loses in one hit.
Do you know how many jumps you'd have to make for Tashigi to get her to Mihawk's level? I'm talking about like 30 years from now, where Mihawk is like in his 60s. No, in his 70s. Because he's like 39, right?
Yeah.
He's in his 70s. And Tashigi, she's what, 20 something? She's like still in her prime. And he still uses the pocket knife and wins.
That's so sad,
it's-
man. Like Tashigi
I-
had so much potential in the beginning.
So
too.
much.
So
so
much
much, like-
potential.
Like I think like her character at first is like what she stood for was amazing. Her dream. I was like, okay, she has to be like legit. If that's what you want, okay. Nothing. No, like nothing. So I'm sorry, I just can't have. And then Oda making her look like Kuina, it doesn't help.
Yeah,
like,
and
it's funny,
that kind of went
but it doesn't
nowhere
help.
after a while, right?
It just makes you shit on Kuina. I mean, Tashigi even more because it's like Kuina was supposed to be one of the strongest swordsmen in the world and probably would have been. Then you have Tashigi who looks just like her but is ass. Feels like Oda reminding us like, yo, I had a way better and stronger character before. Here is ass for you.
That's so crazy, man. Like Kuina
tough.
had the potential to be like the Gary to Ash, right? Like,
And you would have liked to see her.
they should have been right there, just growing over time.
And I think there's a message there of her growing and becoming maybe not the world's strongest, but close to it without the physical strength of a man.
Yeah.
Where she just does it through straight technique and skill. Right? Like where it's just, yeah, I'm not physically as strong as you, but I'm a better swordsman than you. And so I don't know. Like I still don't. I feel like wouldn't the story be more interesting if Kuina was alive?
Yeah, either if Kuina was alive or if Tashigi was carrying on Kuina's will and wasn't like a loser.
Yeah, if we had a strong, because here's the thing, what that does is that it creates a path in the Marines for somebody to become the world's greatest swordsman. But that's not their goal. Their goal is to collect the blades. But to collect the blades, you got to be strong. And so, in a way, she's on the same path as Zoro, but she's a Marine. So, however, that's the case. Zoro doesn't look as good. But then we don't get that Monet moment. Right? And so...
Oh my God, that was awful. Tashigi's like, I'll handle this, and then she gets whooped, and Zoro's like, well, I'll just beat her without even hitting her.
Yeah, he's like, you assumed that I wouldn't step in. Yeah, or you assumed I wouldn't hit a woman. I was like, Zoro.
Zoro, please.
Zoro, calm down. And he actually doesn't hit her. He just fucking destroys her mentally.
Yeah, just like looks at her and then she just dies, essentially.
So no, it would have been really interesting if Kuina was still alive. Because like, wow. Like, where do you think Kuina would be now? Like, what faction do we place her in? Does she join the Marines?
I think she'd be
a pirate.
Yeah,
okay.
Pirate, because like that's the only way to really get around. Like, I think she'd have a group, or else I'd put her as a bounty hunter that just fights swordsmen.
I somehow see her as like a Ronin, just kind of wandering,
just a wandering samurai.
And somehow, when we see her again, guess who ends up being with her?
Buggy.
Johnny and Yosaku.
Oh, if Johnny and Yosaku were stronger, I'd be like, yeah, it's cool, but
they just follow along because she's so strong.
Yeah, they're kind of just like leeching off of feats here.
And then we just have like a moment where Zoro meets them again. It's like, what are you guys doing here? Oh, we're following our new boss.
Who is it?
Oh, I don't know. And I think she might be as strong as you. Or they're not gonna say she. They might be as strong as you. Might be even stronger. They're like, what? All right, I want to fight this person. And it's like this whole filler about like them finding her, then they get lost, and da-da-da, and da-da-da. Then eventually figure out it's like Kuina.
That would be cool.
It would be interesting.
But Kuina's dead. I mean, it's just...
She's dead. There's no point. It's like...
We could have killed her in a better way, even, by the way. Like, have somebody kill Kuina.
You know what I hate? I hate when people are like, well, stairs are really steep. And people die from falling down stairs all the time. That's not the argument here. Like,
yes, people die due to falling down stairs, but this is a fictional world.
Come on,
a world of powers and demons and haki. Like,
we had somebody die and came back as a deity, bouncing and changing the world into rubber. Man. Yes. I'm sorry if I'm disappointed that somebody that was that strong back then and had so much ambition and was questioning it died to stairs. Right?
In a 2-story house, mind you. It's not like they fell down the Eiffel Tower. Like they, you know what I mean? Like she fell down maybe 10 steps.
And it's not that it's not possible. It is possible. It's feasible. It's just that. Why?
I could jump down some stairs and break my ankles. Like it happens. But this is One Piece.
I saw a guy
this is One Piece.
Like fall down like 3-4 stories into like a ice skating rink, and he broke his legs. Didn't die
still
though.
Alive. Yeah. Shout out to the Galleria.
Yeah, unfortunate for Kuina. That is just she's just a meme now.
Yeah. Now people bring up like down these stairs. Did the stairs have haki? Like it's just
It sucks. It sucks so bad because like no
And Tashigi
other
doesn't help it.
character. Yeah, she doesn't help because no other character has even the same other female character as a swordsman has the same potential from what we've seen. Like, I don't know. Okay, who's the best female swordsman in One Piece? Smoothie?
Maybe.
Right?
We
Maybe
still
Smoothie?
haven't really seen Smoothie fight. Like, Smoothie's attacks are non-canon, dude.
So it doesn't help because it felt like, wow, we had a path. It just sucks. Shout out to Queen. Rest in peace, Queen, man.
Yeah,
Hope you're
rest in
okay
peace,
wherever you
Queen.
are. Hope you're
Which-
fine wherever you are, Queen.
I gotta ask now, but in this chapter, when we saw Garling,
Hmm.
it said that he was a simple God Knight. He was not the Supreme Commander yet. Do you
Nope.
think there was a former Supreme Commander that was present at God Valley?
I'm trying to think, like, would a Supreme Commander go to God Valley?
Maybe they
Like-
were there and they fought. Maybe that could explain why Garling was fighting Whitebeard, and
think about it.
the Supreme Commander was fighting Rox and Roger.
Here's how I view it. Shamrock is currently the commander of the God Knights.
Yeah,
He's not the Supreme Commander. Do you think there's somebody over him? Or he just hasn't earned the title yet?
I think he just hasn't earned the title yet.
So if there's somebody over Shamrock that's the Supreme Commander, that's like, because here's the thing. I think a lot of times these senior roles, they can be strictly off tenure, right? Where in Kaiju number 8, there's like somebody who's deemed the strongest soldier or whatever. And then somebody really high up, they lose their position. And even though he's the strongest, he doesn't get promoted to that position. The backup to the guy that lost his position, he gets elevated. But they tell you that the other guy is the strongest. So it could be a situation where, like, the Supreme Commander right now is not as strong as Shamrock. He just has the seniority. I say all that to say that Shamrock, as the commander, was sent to Elbaf, right? If there's a Supreme Commander above him, he wasn't sent to Elbaf. So I think it's like, did they think that they didn't need to go there? Like, the Supreme Commander isn't, like, sent to these places because it's not necessary? Because it's just like, it's like a hunt, and it's not,
It's
I
like
guess the
being the CEO of
opposition
a
isn't as
company,
strong. Yeah.
and you're not invited to the company outing. Like imagine you're like the CEO of
Okay.
Microsoft, and you're like, oh hey, like, to all my executives, like, here's Super Bowl tickets, but you don't get yourself a ticket. Like, I feel kind of bad, man. Like, the hunting tournament, yeah, it's a hunting tournament, but for them it's like an actual sporting event.
Do you go just to look on? So you think,
I think so. I
because
mean,
even Saturn
Saturn was
there.
there. Saturn was
All
there.
the Gorosei wasn't there, right?
To our knowledge,
our
the other
knowledge,
Gorsei
just
weren't
Saturn.
there, but they could have been summoned. I mean, that's another thing too, right? It's not like it takes a lot to travel across islands if you're one of the God Knights. Like, you could just, put your hand on the ground and summon up the boys.
And if the Gorosei are all connected where they can summon each other, like, it could be a situation where I can watch the Super Bowl, then I can let you know.
Oh,
Like
like
how it
get the
happened?
play-by-play via
Yeah.
telepathy? That's
Yeah.
crazy. That'd be kind of funny, though.
So y'all don't have to go. All right. So it's like rock, paper, scissors. Who goes to these sporting events?
Yeah. And then you just give them, like, the play-by-play later.
The play-by-play, just like send it to them.
Yeah, so Garling, he killed this guy, and it was really cool. 10,000 points for him.
They're like, yes, well, you could just send it to us. You don't have to explain. Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, I got you.
I get that. I get that perspective where it's just like, yeah, these God Knights, this is like a major event. Like, why not just show up, even if it's just to watch? Just be there.
Yeah. Also, you watched the latest anime opening, right? For One Piece?
Yes. Mhm.
Pretty cool. Good stuff. So, I don't know if you remember this theory from, I'd say, like, maybe 4 years ago.
Hmm.
But when we were first introduced to the Reverie and Marie Joie, through the perspective of King Neptune and etc., we walked up those giant stairs to the Holy Land.
Mhm.
And along those stairs, we saw giant statues of people. We didn't really see the people, but there were giant statues all adorned through the walls.
Mm-hmm.
And an old theory was that those are like the 20 kings or queens of the past, or, important figures that
Mhm.
we'll eventually see. In the Carmine opening, when they show off, which I'm assuming it's, Garling in the middle, and then we have Shamrock on the right, Gunko on the left, Sommers
Right.
on the left, and then Killingham on the
Mhm.
right. In the background, which also kind of crazy that they just drop these designs right here. Right, obviously, like the hood covers their face, but you could see Shamrock's stubble, and you could see Gunko's bandages.
Yeah, yeah.
And then obviously on the far left, it's Sommers' like big burly body.
He's a bigger one, and then Killingham is a taller.
Yeah. But in the background, we see those statues again. That is the background that they put there. So do you think that those statues do correlate to former God Knights or the 20 Kings and Queens? Or do you think it's just like a simple background that they just threw on out of nowhere? Because, I mean, I feel like the anime, while they don't know everything, I think they do know some things. And this feels like a teaser to some extent.
Here's how I look
Or
at
a
the
hint.
anime openings. I think anime openings are where animators and directors throw their own personal theories into the fold.
Mm.
Where I don't think they get confirmation by Oda. I don't think Oda says, hey, these things are important, da da da. He's just like, they probably ask him, he's like, they could be interesting.
Yeah.
Like, do you mind if we no? Go for it.
Have fun.
Yeah, have a blast. So I think with as far as the process, as you know, I'm privy to a little bit of it. It seems like for a director of an episode, of an opening, you're always trying to find ways to be creative and be a little different. Because like the more creative you are, the more you stand out, the more your art is elevated. And I think in this one, it's like a way to kind of elevate the art and add some theory into it and just make things more fun. Is it a confirmation of like the 20 kings and the connection to the God Knights? I don't think it's far fetched that the God Knights are connected to the 20 kings, right?
Yeah.
Like, if Emu was from House Nerona, the God Knights being from like all these other, it's not that crazy. And I think it's just like that's the animators and the directors' way of kind of theory crafting. Like, hey, let's just use this and do this. Like, but is it a confirmation? That'd be bold for Oda to like, hey, just do this.
Put them in here.
Because how Oda kind of seems in interviews and stuff like that. So when we talk about like even some of the movies where it's just like, yeah, I don't want this to be canon. I want this to be in the canon story. It's kind of like, it feels like he doesn't want the manga to be overshadowed.
Yeah.
Like he never wants it to be a situation where like this medium is overshadowing like the canon story being followed in the manga. So it's just like I'm gonna give hints and teases in all these different mediums, but what's king is the manga. We did see him put like a lot of focus into the live action. I forgot what he said his goal was for the live action, but he did have a goal. I think it was like was it an Emmy?
I think he wanted an Emmy. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it'll be like,
I don't think that's happening. It's a nice dream. It's a nice dream. I don't think he's getting an Emmy though.
this is gonna sound crazy, but like for the One Piece live action to get an Emmy, they don't have a big enough budget.
They're
Which is
only
crazy
working
considering-
with 90-ish million.
Which they already have the biggest budget, I believe, in Netflix history, right? Like they have the biggest budget, so like
One of the biggest budgets.
yeah, definitely one of the biggest budgets. So it's just like, yeah, but you need more, considering like what One Piece is and what you want it to be. And I know, no. So I've seen people question like, why would Oda care about the live action? Why do you want that to be so popular? It's just like, well,
It's
like
fun. It's a new avenue.
One Piece is already ginormous. Yeah, in a new medium, if it becomes just as big, it's touching more people, you know, and that adds to his legacy. Where I'm sure Oda's thinking about that at this point. It's like, you know, like what I'm leaving behind.
Yeah, and then there's people who
So
like don't want to watch anime, and it's like, yeah, look, live action's
let's watch the live action One Piece.
a great substitution. Yeah.
Yeah, which made me think of I made like years ago like the best 5 starter anime. And somebody recently like hated my picks.
Recently, somebody went back to like a 9-year-old video. They're like, these are awful.
Like these are terrible picks. Like, why would you not use something to bridge the gap like Cyberpunk? I'm like, yeah, but Erased is cool too, man.
At least
Death Note is
back in the day, a race was kind of cool. Nowadays, I don't know. I don't know if I'd recommend it.
Because well, I'd still recommend it. It's a fun time. It's like, because we know how it ends, it's kind of like,
Yeah, and then the anime goes like a different route with it, which makes it kind of weirder, but it's, yeah.
I enjoyed Erased. Death Note I had as one as well. Because Death Note is like...
Death Note is a classic. That's what got me into anime truly.
Death Note was one that kind of like... I think it reaffirmed my love for anime.
It was so good.
Shit.
I rewatch it like once every couple of years.
Yeah, you have to. You have to rewatch Death Note every
like
so
visiting
often.
a family member.
And it's so good every time. I'm like... And I forget about the OST and how good it is.
Yeah. And then the opening, like the most anime opening known to mankind. You got like Kira and Elle standing on a skyscraper just staring at each other.
There's a prototypical anime. So Death Note, One Punch Man was one. And I use One Punch Man specifically because One Punch Man got a friend that I know into anime, where literally on Facebook, it was just a clip. And it was a clip of Saitama when he was doing the test. And they're like, yo, what is this?
Test, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, yo, what is this? I was like, yo, it's One Punch Man. He's like, oh, I got to check this out. It was like a clip that went viral on One Punch Man. And off of that, they started watching a bunch of different stuff. So that's One Punch Man. That's like real world application. What were the other ones? Some people are mad because I didn't use any long form. I didn't say One Piece.
Long form is hard, man. You know, some people don't want to do long form. Some people find it really daunting. So I never recommend long form for like a first anime.
And then I never want to like do like the best things either, right? Like it's like starting with the best, like the best of the best, like FMAB. I'm just like,
ooh,
it's like if you start at the top. Personally, it's like, oh my god, are all anime like this?
And then you get like slapped with reality where it's like, no, you just watch the best thing. Now it's all downhill from here.
No, you can't start there. Like, honestly, if somebody like got through the first 5 as far as like One Punch Man and Erased and Death Note, I might throw Sword Art Online at him.
It's a very casual anime. You know, maybe you just stop after season 1 or 2, but Sword Art isn't bad. You know, that's one of my first animes too. And at the time, I really enjoyed it.
Really enjoyed it early on. And Demon Slayer was one I mentioned as well. Because Demon Slayer, it's like, I mentioned anime that I feel like when they came out, they came with a boom. Like, people don't remember, but One Punch Man, even before it came out, a clip leaked early. Or an episode or 2, something leaked early. And like, everybody was reacting to it. Everybody was just like dying to react to One Punch Man. It's like, it spurred like I think a moment in the community. And obviously Death Note did as well. And Demon Slayer obviously did the same thing.
And Attack on Titan.
Like, Attack on Titan as well. Attack on Titan is one I would not recommend right away.
Because it has multiple seasons. So when I think about like people's first animes, I do want to recommend an anime that's typically easier to digest.
Yeah.
Just a very simple one. Attack on Titan is a great starter, but I would argue people have to think a little bit too much on that one, which not like that's a bad thing, but you know, just start them slow. You know, you got all your life to watch anime.
It'll be the
Don't come in quick.
The second list on the second list, right?
Yeah.
Like after I recommend that first 5, and they're like, "Yo, is there anything else?" Okay, let's get into Attack on Titan.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's maybe do some Hmm. What's on the second list of recommendations for anime? Attack on Titan.
Would you put JJK there?
Ooh. Ooh.
I think
Yeah?
JJK would be up there. Yeah.
Yeah? Why not?
Yeah, with
Let's put
season
JJK up
3,
there.
man, it's around the corner.
Yeah, I'll put JJK up there as far as the second one. I'll just like warn like, yeah, all anime isn't like this, but like this is a great one to kind of follow it up.
Have you seen that One Punch Man season 3? It comes out in like I think 4 or 5 weeks, and there's like not a single trailer out. People are like really worried about that.
Oh really? Oh well, no, I haven't seen that at all.
Yeah. Apparently they're supposed to be at like some anime expo a while back. There's like a couple that they were supposed to be at and to show like a trailer or something. And they didn't show anything. There's been radio silence surrounding One Punch Man season 3. So a lot of people are wondering if it's going to be really bad or if they're still going to be working on it by the time it releases. There's a lot of haziness
Yeah.
around season 3 right now.
That's unfortunate because One Punch Man is so fantastic. I'm reading the manga now. I mean, hopefully it's just like they're going the mysterious route with it, and it's just like you get blown away, or it could be that they're hiding it because it's so bad and they don't want to like scare you off, right?
One extreme to another.
Yeah, it's like hopefully it's the where they're like this was really good and just trying to save it. Another one I would recommend early is I don't know, like Arcane. I loved Arcane. Which
Arcane is really good.
Arcane would be one like the second list.
Love Caitlyn,
and
dude.
And I do think sometimes like it depends on the person where you know what you're like you know what your friends like. Where I think another second level one would be like Noragami.
Oh,
Like Noragami is
that's a
pretty
outdated one, but yeah, an origami.
yeah, it's like it's easy, It's
Yeah.
easy, it's fun, it's not that crazy. I'm looking through like my top 67 list here. Food Wars was easy to get into as well.
Food Wars was nice. Season
little-
5 was awful, but
Oh,
yeah.
we're missing a big one now that I think has kind of catapulted up the list.
like a trip down memory lane.
Yeah,
What
it's
is it?
like a boom. I think it had as maybe not as big a boom as Demon Slayer, but a big boom. Solo Leveling.
Oh, solo leveling is fun. I will admit I wasn't the biggest fan of the first couple of episodes. I'm still not. That got me to like drop the anime very early on, but when I went back and I locked in, it was great. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Solo Leveling is a lot of fun, and clearly, based on how it like blew up, it would be a great recommendation as a starter for a lot
Yeah.
of people. I do like some other ones like Akame Got Killed, but that's not initial recommendation because it's so it's a little
It's like Game
gruesome.
of Thronesy, just killing
Yeah.
everybody alike.
Yeah, so it's just like after they like you see the type of person somebody is, you could do that. And again, it's based on the what people like because an anime that like if you're into just like story and you just enjoy like character and character dynamics, like if you watch like Bridgerton or something like that, I'm recommending Apothecary Diaries.
That's a good 1-to-1.
Yeah. I could recommend
Oh yeah,
that.
Free Run's another great anime to watch.
Free Run is like Free Run would be a difficult one to recommend because it is a slow burn. And like I feel like if I'm just getting into something, I want to be stimulated right away. And with Free Run, it's like imagine your first time watching anime is Free Run.
You're gonna fall asleep every episode. I feel like, if you're a book reader, you might like Free Run a lot more.
Yeah.
Stereotyping, but still, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. Like you got
Funny
to be a little
enough,
bit patient.
You mentioned FMAB earlier.
Mhm.
I watched FMA and part of FMAB a long time ago. Like I'm talking like years and years ago.
Yeah.
I just started rewatching FMAB, and it's really good. It's a good series. I didn't know that. Because my memories of FMA being FMA, it was like, oh, it's mediocre, it's whatever, very middle of the road. But I'm watching it and I'm like, man, this is kind of fire. I'm on episode 30 right now, and it's funny because I kind of know how it ends. I kind of remember some of it, but now I'm just like really appreciating it.
You don't remember the characters and just how dynamic they are, and how much each character has such agency within the story, and they all feel important. And so
my boy Kimberly, dude. Jeez.
Kimberly, obviously Greed.
Armstrong.
Envy, Lust.
Roy, Hawkeye.
I think what FMAB is like, every time I rewatch it, I love rewatching it and I hate rewatching it because it makes me so sad. I think it was episode.
It makes you depressed.
It makes me so sad because it's like I feel it, bro. Like, was it episode 2 where Al thought Ed was replacing him?
Oh, that's like way later.
It was like it was when I think it was like the butcher episode.
Yeah, that's like episode like I think 10ish.
Was it like it was pretty early?
Yeah.
And like they had like a falling out. It's like, I thought he was gonna replace me. And I was like, he's like, what? Why would I replace you? I was like, oh my God, don't do this. This is like, why would he replace you, Ed? He would never replace you.
why would you do this? No, Alphonse, you're real.
Yeah, where it's like, what? And it's like it hits because like you think about like what Ed like kind of sacrificed to kind of save Al, like in the moment where he's dying and he's like, no, Al, come back. Kind of binds his life to like the damn or binds his soul to the armor. It's just like, it's fantastic, man.
I will say, not a big fan of Jing right now.
Really?
The country, yeah.
Why not? Oh, we talking about like the whole arc?
No, just like China. Because I saw what Ling, that girl Mei Ling, even
yeah
Ron Fan and Fu, and it's like, I'm not the biggest fan of the Jing characters, man, and even the Ishvalans. I don't like the Ishvalans either.
Well, sorry.
I'm not I've never been a big Scar fan. I remember like as a kid I didn't like Scar, and even now I'm like rewatching, like I'm still not the biggest Scar fan. It's gotta grow on me a little bit more.
Scar is very.
I haven't finished the show yet, so maybe my opinion changes. But I'm in the phase where like Scar is just going through his rampage, and everybody he sees that took part in the war, he's like, I'm gonna kill you. It's like, I get it, I do, right? But it's
what's the word for Scar?
He doesn't talk
it's
enough.
Almost like
know.
He is he feels like he's wrath and he's
the god of rage,
right? But he feels somewhat like he's on a pedestal, and he's almost like he's God dishing out punishment to everyone else. And it's like, I get it, but you kind of come across more of like a dick than somebody that I want to root for.
And then plus, like, they had the whole thing where like his elder was like, yo, like, if you just keep on doing this specifically, you're just going to cause more people to hate you, man. Like, this ain't working. And he never really confronts that. I mean, at least not where I'm at yet. He's just like, I thought about it, but I'm going to keep on doing my thing. It's like, wait a minute, Scar, what are you doing, dude?
What's this left? I thought about it, and actually, I'm going to keep on doing it.
Yeah, I like so far, I just really like the homunculi. I think they're super fucking cool.
They're
fun, dude.
All very unique. I think I was in love with Lust.
Really? You like Lust? Lust was cool.
Like Lust.
Dies really early. My God.
Like Lust. I mean, they're all great. Like, I think Greed is the best. I love
Which
Greed.
one? The second or first Greed?
Both.
Greed is a fun
fantastic guy. Greed is fantastic, man.
Gluttony is so stupid. I hated Gluttony at first.
I
hated Gluttony. I hate characters like Gluttony, but he's so stupid. He kind of grew on me. I'm like, you know what? It's not bad. I guess he's okay.
Gluttony is hilarious. But FMAB is, funny enough, my number one
Really?
anime of all time.
God, dude, man, I love. I don't know if you watch like the English dub, but Roy Mustang is the voice actor of Zoro, and I was like, oh, that's kind
Yeah.
of cool.
Yeah, you
And
only
then
watch
Hughes is
FMAB in English.
Usopp.
You only watch English for FMAB. Sorry.
It's so good.
I don't
dude.
make the rules. Just watch English. The English is so good. It is so good. So no, English.
I guess
Sure.
funny enough, another character that I'm not the biggest fan of yet, Alphonse and Elric, the Elric brothers. They're not bad. I don't know. Like it takes a little bit for main characters to grow on me. I feel like it's because they're still kids. I think I just want them to grow up a little bit more, but I like them. I think they're great main characters, and that's how I feel about most series. It's like, yeah, like they're a great main character, but they're not like a character I necessarily root for. At least not yet.
My first watch through, I felt that way. I think my second or third time, it was like the growth happens throughout the story, obviously, because it kind of felt like Alphonse is just like someone like just hanging on to Ed, where he just lacked creativity. But then as you go through, you realize the growth that happens based on their experiences and how essential Alphonse is even to Ed's growth. I've never thought about my favorite characters in that show, though. Maybe I would say Greed might be number one for me.
Really?
I really enjoy Roy Mustang. Maybe Mustang is number one.
Mustang is cool, dude.
But I do love Fearer Bradley.
Bradley's also awesome. There's no bad characters in FMAB except for May.
Hawkeye.
May is the one I just don't like.
I love Teacher. Izumi.
Yeah, Izumi.
And I love Ed. I think Ed is like I feel like Ed is like a character that everyone thinks they are in their head.
Watching FMAB, it reminds me of Final Fantasy if it was turned into an anime. Like their whole adventure feels very Final Fantasy-esque, where it has like its ups and downs, a lot of reflections on oneself, and then of course like the stereotypical like, oh, here's greed and lust and is the 7 deadly sins. It's like it's a fun adventure, man.
It brings a lot of these tropes to life.
Yeah.
With Ed, I think there was one time I was watching it through, and I was like, Ed is a character that after that major incident that kind of obviously changed him and his brother, he rarely lets moments happen where he doesn't tell you how he was really feeling. Like, it's like he is, this might be strong, but unbearably honest.
He wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yes.
It's a good way to put it.
Where whatever the consequences, I'm going to tell you like it is. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I think the only person that he's kind of, hesitant with.
Winry? Yeah. It's because he loves her, dude. He doesn't even know till like later, but it's like, him and Winry are a thing.
Yeah,
I ship it. I love animes that kind of like goes into ships a little bit.
Lean into it.
Yeah, lean into it. Why not?
It's realistic. Lean into it, And I think they
anime.
do a great job with Winry and Ed. So, God, like I said, my number one. And it's my number one because it's so tight. It's like, it's not that long. Great characters. And I think an issue in anime in general has been like, typically is how female characters are handled. That's not a problem in FMAB. It elevates it. Like I said, every character has agency. Action is great. Story is great. Number one, man.
It's moving up my list. I don't know where it's gonna be by the time I finish watching, but it's moving up steadily. I just need more from like I guess the outside countries.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see where it is at the end, because it was between like Hunter x Hunter, One Piece, Naruto for a while, and after like another rewatch, I was like, yeah, I'm sorry,
Gotta put a
this
little bit
is great.
higher.
You've seen
Yeah.
Iron Blooded Orphans, right?
No.
It's a Gundam.
Yeah, I saw like the trailers and stuff when it was like first airing, but I never watched it though. I've heard good things.
It's number 9 for me.
Really? Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Iron Blooded Orphans is it was like, I think I guess it's the same way with just anything. Movies, shows, anime. I absolutely love when I stumble upon a gem, right? Where it's not a recommendation, I just decide to watch it and I'm like, holy shit. That was Iron Blooded Orphans for me. And I don't really like mech anime. Like, I don't,
Yeah, same.
not really into that. But Iron Blooded Orphans, it's more character. And
I might check it out.
another show that like I don't know. It's weird, but I really like it. And it's 20 for me right now. But Mushoku Tensei. It's so strange.
I like Mushoku Tensei. I need more seasons. Like I feel like the latest season was kind of boring, but
I think the last two or three episodes made up for it.
the last 2 or 3 episodes were great.
Like maybe the last 5, because that's when people died. And
But like the school arc was very like, I don't care.
I wasn't really fond of the school arc like that. But it did kind of it was necessary to frame the ending with his sister.
Yeah.
So yeah, those last like 5 episodes or so, edge of my seat. So Mushoku Tensei, and then of
I
course
wasn't
the first
expecting
season
Mushoku Tensei. I thought you were
I
gonna
know.
say Slime Isekai.
Slime started great. Like I'd say with Slime, I don't want to say it got repetitive, but it was kind of like, okay, like where do we go from here? Because remember it was like damn near unstoppable.
Dude, that last season where they just built a festival in a coliseum, and it's like, bro, I'm tuning out, man.
I didn't finish it.
Dude, they were just doing it's a meme. They're literally sitting at a table every episode talking for 10 minutes. It's like, okay, get me the fuck out of here,
Yeah,
please.
I didn't
Can't do it
'cause
anymore.
It was supposed to be a catch up, and I was like, okay. Every episode I watched, I was like, all right, this isn't. I just stopped watching it. So, and I love Slime, like I really loved Slime, and I couldn't do it.
You're
So.
you're not a big ReZero fan, are you?
I am. Well,
I
okay.
love ReZero.
I adored season 1 to the point that I was like joining not random, but like I was joining like a ReZero YouTuber streams
Damn.
to discuss.
You're
like, the
that into it, huh?
episodes. Yeah. And then in season 2, me and a few friends, we'd like jump on a call and watch the episodes together. Then kind of midway through season 2, everybody kind of just fell off. It was like, and I kind of fell off. I didn't finish season 2, so
Oh,
I
you
heard
need to
season 3
watch
was
it.
great though. I heard
Season 3
was
is
great.
amazing, bro.
So, but here's
And then
the thing.
season 4 got announced too.
Here's the tough part for me. Every time I take a break with an anime, I feel like I gotta restart it. So like,
I know you do that because I remember
Yeah.
you talked about reacting to animes, and you're like, yeah, I gotta rewatch all
I gotta rewatch
all the
of
seasons
it.
before I watch the newest one. It's like, damn, that's a lot.
Like the
dude.
Haikyuu movie that came out. Can't
Yeah.
watch it. Gotta watch all of Haikyuu again.
It's a
then
good
I'll
watch.
watch it.
I love Haikyuu.
Yeah, so like it's because I've done it before where I jump right into the new season, and I hate when I'm like, wait, what? Why is this happening?
Yeah.
Who is this again? And I hate doing that because I'm losing the whole point of these like cameos or whatever, or like these plot lines. So let me go back and just rewatch it. Like even for Attack on Titan, I didn't watch the last two seasons, and so like, or the last season, I didn't finish the last season. I watched like 3 episodes out of the last season. Went back and rewatched the whole thing, and now we're done with Attack on Titan. So,
And
that was
you know,
great.
it goes back to what we said at the beginning, right? Like when it comes to anime outside of One Piece, like you can take your time. Like the
There's no
animes
rush.
aren't going anywhere.
No rush.
No rush.
You know, you may be going somewhere, but the anime ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
So
you could die in a blazing inferno tomorrow. You know, maybe
could
you go
happen.
outside and you park your car in reverse, and then all of a sudden, just somebody just hits you with a machete.
could happen, but
Should've
the
parked
anime
the
will
other
still
way.
be here.
Yeah, the anime will always exist. Which, I guess, last thing, you know, bringing it back to One Piece before we get out of here, I gotta ask now. When it comes to the God Knights, who the hell is gonna fight these guys? Like, what faction do you put them on? Because you know we talked about the Revs, yada yada, but like, since Conqueror's Haki seemingly is the answer, would you want like a hodgepodge of characters to fight that just has Conqueror? Like, imagine like Sanji, Zoro, Luffy, Moria, Dragon,
Kid.
Sabo, Crocodile. I mean, Crocodile doesn't have it. Like Mihawk or something. Shanks. Kid, yeah, Kid, Law. Well, Law doesn't have it either.
Yeah,
Damn, I'm
doesn't
just like
have
throwing in characters. Don
Odin.
Chinjiao, Odin. Bring Ace back. You know, bring him back to life as a zombie. Have him use his Conqueror's Haki. Like, how do you see the God Knight fights happening?
But you got to think about like, okay, in a war, is it going to be like the Naruto route where it's like we see like bits and pieces of every fight, or is it going to be like the One Piece route where it's like we're only going to see the major fights that really matter?
And then for everybody else, we get like Black Lightning, and then we cut
get
away.
like, yeah, we just get cutaways. So that could be the thing, right? Where for most of the fights, we're not getting a lot of it. So it's like, it doesn't need to be important characters. You just have a different way for them to deal with them. And here's the thing, Oda could just create other ways for them to be dealt with. Where it's like, oh, I did not know that if I combined Fishman Karate with this, I can mimic the
and
effect
like
of... Yeah.
Usopp, he could use like pop greens, and that's like their
Pop
biggest
green.
weakness.
It's just randomly. And then all of a sudden with Zeus, and like, remember, Zeus is soul. And when Zeus attacks a God Knight, it has a different impact because it's attacking the God Knight's soul. Like, so Oda can like do this type of thing where like, yes, Conqueror's Haki is the most effective way, but it's not the only way. And because of these other God Knights, they're not as strong and as effective as even like Somers and Killingham. They get wiped, you know, relatively easily. So, I do think it's a hodgepodge because one faction, I don't think it's as interesting, but I don't think it can be just Straw Hats though. Like, especially if they like, especially after we saw what happened to Somers with Gabon. It's like, okay. Like,
Yeah.
that was relatively easy. Now, Gabon is a legend, but like, we expect Sanji to be relatively around that level, and Zoro, like, I don't view them as a challenge for those guys. Unless it's like, I do think there's one more person under Shamrock that's stronger than Somers and Killingham. That could be a problem.
Who?
I don't think we've seen him yet. Yeah, I don't think we've seen him yet.
I love that. I think there's somebody really powerful there. I don't know who, but it's somebody. I know. I agree with you. It's an anime trope, right? You introduce like the weakest first.
Yeah.
Like we have the Commander Shamrock showing up, the strongest. He leaves, and then now we have Gunko, Somers, and Killingham. They could be the lower ring.
Like, it reminds me of my our favorite anime, Windbreaker.
Your favorite anime.
Where at the end of the
out
season, they gas this character. I'm talking about like crazy gas. And like, he's like hyped up to the point, and then they're like, yo, he's fighting our main character. I'm like, why is our main character fighting like the final, like the big boss of the next arc? And then the main character asks like his senior or his superior, like, wait. Like, you want me to fight him? Like, so what are you going to be doing? He's like, oh, I'm going to be fighting someone much stronger than him because he's only number 2. Da. And you're like, oh, shit.
It's even higher.
And this is even higher than that. So it's like an anime trope where it's just like you just keep kind of going up the ladder. And in this way, we saw, and the thing is, we saw Shamrock fight, but then we didn't really. Like, he didn't fight anyone really. He just attacked someone.
Yeah, and then he boasted that he was strong because he said, "Oh, Loki, even without your handcuffs, the result would be the same."
Yeah, he's telling him like, I'd fold you regardless. So
yeah,
so we didn't really see him fight. So I think there's somebody else. I think there's somebody else that could be there. It's either that or like Gunko Gas. But I think there's somebody else.
So for the God Knights, there is a disparity between the silhouettes we saw at God Valley, because at God Valley we saw I think 11 or 12 of them, and then in Dragon silhouettes we saw way less. We saw like maybe 9. Do God Knights die at God Valley, or do they retire?
Or they got promoted. Mm-hmm. Death would be interesting. Maybe I would say, let's say they died. They were executed by whomever was Supreme Commander at the time.
Dang, he said, yo, you let Roger get away? You let Rox do this? You let Shiki get away? What the hell? You're dead.
Because also for the God Knights, if they're connected to Emu, if you mess up enough, it's not even going to get to like an execution. He's just going to take his shit back.
Yeah, he just kills you on the spot.
Like, you're just gone. Like, all right, I have no more use for you. And so, yeah, let's say they died. I'm with that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Be kind of sad though, like, because at the end of the day, like, they're friends, man. Like, I bet it was heartbreaking when they heard that Saturn died. You know what I mean? Like, that was your boy for 200 years, and now he's just not coming home.
Think about it though.
You sent this guy out to get some groceries, and then he's dead.
I would say this. I don't know, because with coworkers, for a lot of them, the longer you work with them, the more annoying they get.
That is true.
So
you think they wanted Saturn out of there?
I think they wanted him out of there. They were just tired of him.
I don't know, man. When Garling showed up, they're like, huh, Garling?
Because they're like, damn.
People brought it up.
They were scared because it's like, oh shit, we're replaceable.
Yeah.
And I think like after how many years, I'm sure they're tired of Saturn walking in with his cane, being mysterious, right? Just keep fucking up. You're the warrior of science, and you didn't know about all this shit that Vegapunk was doing with Kuma. And it's like, dude, that's your role.
Sitting on his laurels. And another thing with Saturn too, he's a spider. Who knows, man? Like, what if he's over here, spitting webs on the side? It's like, Saturn, man, get your, ass juice out of here.
Yeah, like you
Stop
keep
webbing,
just
man.
Sitting everywhere, leaving your webs and shit.
Yeah, like you look at his chair and it's like all white. It's like, damn,
it's so
Saturn.
webby.
What are you doing?
Everyone has personal quarters. He's like going in somebody's personal quarters and webbing it up. And he's like, I can't control myself.
Imagine walking down a hallway and then you feel something stick
web
to
shit.
you. Yeah. Or there's like baby spiders running around. It's like, what, man? Saturn laid more
spiders
eggs.
infecting, like, yeah. So Saturn is just like, they're like, oh, thank you, God. And all of a sudden, Garling is they're like, all right, thank you, Saturn is gone. All of a sudden, Garling is a centipede. Oh, fuck me.
Do you still like the theory that Garling is a werewolf kind of guy?
I forgot what they called it.
A lycanthrope.
That was one. There was another one they said.
Fenrir.
Fenrir. I feel like that's too obvious.
But
sometimes
too
that's the
obvious.
answer.
Yeah.
I feel like he's about to be like a caterpillar.
Yeah,
He might be the most
caterpillar's what you're putting your money on.
random like insect, like a kangaroo.
I mean, okay, if it's a caterpillar, that could be like super strong. I mean, I don't know if you watch like Yu-Gi-Oh, but there's like a caterpillar called Petite Moth, and then you level him up a little bit, and then becomes the ultimate great moth, and it's like,
Yeah.
whoa, he's strong.
Thought you were
Like
gonna go to
that.
man-eater bug.
Oh yeah, the man-eater bug. Yeah, shouts to Yu-Gi-Oh, man. The good days.
When it's all simple.
Yeah, back when there were like no rules, you have to care about tributes or special summons or
It
anything.
was like everybody was running the same shit, you know. So it's just like it all depended on like if you got lucky, you know. We all had a monster
Yeah.
reborn, a pot of greed, you know. We all had like a swords of revealing light,
Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon just ready to
You
go.
know. negate attack, magical cylinder. You had like the typical things, you know. It's simple.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like the shit I saw was like somebody like who can kill whom first in less turns, right? It's like I attribute
Games
this
in
at the start.
Yu-Gi-Oh typically only last 2 turns.
Like that's not fun. That's not fun to me.
It's
We're just
torture,
like,
man. I
oh,
still
hell
play it
no.
too.
Hell no, I'm like
I'm up to
I
date
wanna-
with the meta.
I wanna summon my elemental hero Wildheart.
If you summon him, you're getting cooked. You're getting cooked next turn. I'm sorry, bro. You're about to get OTK'd. It's over.
Sigh, I jump into it, right? I go first. I summon elemental hero Wildheart, and I put a card face down and end my turn.
Yeah, you're getting laughed at, dude. If you do that at like a local tournament, they're gonna laugh you out of the fucking building.
And what was it? I discard. Who was it? Avion and
Burstinatrix to summon Flame Wingman.
Flame Wingman.
Yeah, you're done. You're done. You're done, buddy. Flame Wingman's
But
dying in like 5
Here's
seconds.
the crazy part. I haven't
About
played
to get
Yu-Gi-Oh in
nibbed.
so long. Like, so I'm really proud of my hand where I get Flame Wingman and like Elemental Hero Wildheart in one turn, right? And like I have like, I don't know, some random trap card, and I'm like, oh baby, it's over. And then I get worked in 2. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm quitting.
You get worked and you can't even activate your cards because it all just gets negated or bounced back. It's funny,
Nah.
man.
I'm good. I think it's okay sometimes to understand, like, it's just, you're just past your prime, you know? Like, it's just, your era is over. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh is one of those games. I mean, as somebody who plays it, it's too big for its britches. The meta just kept on getting stronger and stronger and stronger to where, like, if you play an old deck, unless it has, like, you know, newer cards, you're just gonna lose.
It's
There's
kind of
no
like
point.
Dragon. It's kind of like the, what you call it? 7 Deadly Sins thing. Or
Yeah.
even Dragon Ball Z, where, like, when you, like, somebody was commenting on, like, a video, and it was one where I think Dodoria was about to destroy, like, an area. And I was like, well, you can destroy that planet if you wanted to, right? And it was like, well, yeah, like, everybody at this point is, like, kind of planet busters. So, well, King Vegeta destroyed, like, several planets by just waving his arm, and our Vegeta is much stronger. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? So it kind of makes it so, like, it's almost ridiculous when, like, these characters are, like, in like, they're on the earth and they're struggling, like, to do, like, push-ups or I'm like, what? But then Goku, he starts working out at 20 times gravity, and he's doing, like, single-hand push-ups, and then, like, he's at, like, 5, and he's like, ugh. I'm like, you're at 5. You plan to do 10,000. Like, 5 should do nothing for you. It shouldn't be any groaning if you plan to go to 10,000. All right. But you know, it's just one of those things where you just got to keep going bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
And then now you look at Tien and Super, and it's like, yeah, he's ass, bro. But like back in Dragon Ball, he was like the bee's knees.
Tien was a guy in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna destroy the ring.
He beat Goku in a tournament. Technicality, but kind of. But he won. either way.
He won.
Yeah.
And now you
but no.
see Tien in like Dragon Ball Super, and he's like, yes, I'm at the tournament of power. I can take out one Birdman, and then I'm just KO'd. Okay.
That's unfortunate
It's
because
so sad.
Tien was so fire. He was so fire in Dragon Ball. Somebody that's like generationally asked though is Yamcha.
Yeah, he's never really been. I mean, I remember like the small clips from like Dragon Ball. He was okay, right?
No,
Was he? Never?
never.
Was the Spirit Ball in Z or Dragon Ball?
It was in Dragon Ball.
Oh, the Spirit Ball was just never good then?
Yo, he lost. Yamcha lost to a random guy in the tournament that nobody knew who he was. Now he did end up being a god. However,
Kami, yeah.
yeah, but
lost the
it was
Shen.
just like it was like, yo, Yamcha, what the fuck is going on? It was just like always the short end of the stick with Yamcha. Then he died, and then he was like just bad.
His girl gets stolen by Vegeta.
I mean, it's Vegeta though, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tough,
it's just
man.
Yamcha never really, even in Dragon Ball. At least Tien was like that guy for a while. Yamcha was never that guy. It's unfortunate.
Feels bad for Yamcha. And then they just never leveled up too. It's like the Naruto thing, right? You got like Team 7 who's over here fighting gods, and then you got like Team 10 and Team 9, and they're just barely doing
After
anything.
you get to the point where like you establish, all right, Krillin's a human, and they have their limits. Even though Krillin is somebody that I did not like for a while in Dragon Ball, but Krillin gets his moment, Piccolo gets his moment, Tien gets his moments. Yamcha has nothing. Even Bulma gets moments, and I think Bulma is annoying as shit in the dub for Dragon Ball. Where is one episode where they're like flying back from watching Frieza and Zarbon and Dodoria kill like Nameks, and they manage to jump in, steal a Namek, and get away from Dodoria and them, and then they go back to the cave, and then Bulma has like open a capsule, and she creates like this building, and they're like, hey, we should probably just go inside and like talk about this, and she's like yelling like da, 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 da. I'm like, Bulma. She's like, where have you been? I've been waiting this entire time. I'm like, so they're out there with Frieza and Vegeta, and they're almost getting caught, almost getting killed, and you're yelling outside this when we're in this cave. Let's just go in the cave, Bulma. Let's just go in the cave. And Bulma just does some annoying shit time and time and time again. But then sometimes she's cool. For
You
the most
sound
part, she's
so
annoying.
fed up with Bulma.
I am. I really am. It's just
sucked the
I
soul
was
out
fed
of
up
you.
with Chi-Chi too. I was fed up with Chi-Chi. Like after Goku like saves the world, like she was pissed at him, and she wouldn't even look at him when he was like in the hospital bed, and like everything he did, she was just mad at.
I feel like she
was just
always does that.
But well, in Dragon Ball, she was cool. This is in Dragon Ball Z, where like now she's an adult, and of course she's mad at Goku because Gohan. Well, it wasn't Goku's fault, but Goku died, even though he voluntarily decided to stay dead. You know, but he wanted to train. But then Gohan gets kidnapped by Piccolo for a year, and then Goku's dead. So she just blames Goku for everything. After they get back and they win, and it's just like. And then Goku was asking Chi-Chi for something. She's like, "I don't ask me anything. I fucking hate you." Pretty much. I don't know. I just
Not
don't
your
like how
favorite
they handle.
characters.
I don't like how they handled like some of the female characters in Dragon Ball Z early. Well, Chi-Chi and Bulma. They just, and then
Yeah.
of course we get rid of Launch. So
Who's a great character.
I think Launch is really dope. So really, there's nobody left that's decent, unless you think Frieza's a woman.
Nah. I've seen those theories now. I've seen the theories. But yeah, no, I agree. Like, the Dragon Ball Z women aren't my favorite. There's not a lot. Like, there's just Launch, Ronfon, Bulma, Chi-Chi, Bulla, Videl, yeah. Pan,
Yeah.
if you want to count her.
Pan is cool. I like Pan.
I never liked Pan.
Yeah, I like Pan.
Yeah,
I think she
I'm
was
not a
like
big Pan fan.
rebellious, but I liked how ambitious she was. But I got to do a Dragon Ball GT rewatch.
And then they have like the Daima counterpart Pansy.
I think I got to spread the word about General Rildo.
The love General Rildo.
Because when I mentioned General Rildo, a lot of people are like, who General Rildo?
People don't like him because his powers were just like him morphing into like a metal beam or something. It's kind of silly, but I mean, he wasn't bad.
Oh my gosh, Dragon Ball.
And then there's like those losers who's with them, right?
I do not remember them at all.
Yeah, he has like a little squad. There's Eledric. Eledric is cool.
What about not Ginyu? Fucking robot that betrayed them.
Giru. I'm not a big Giru fan, but GT was awesome, man. I love like Super 17.
GT was cool. Super 17
so
was
cool.
great. Obviously, Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah, baby. Oh,
Baby.
dude, baby Vegeta, huh?
I can't
That
tell
was the
you,
best.
Because I watched GT when I was obviously much younger, and something that got me so hype. Oh my god, I thought it was back. Gohan does Kamehameha, and it creates like an X when it like lands.
Yeah.
And like I want to say for like a couple weeks, me and my friends are talking about like Gohan's X Kamehameha is insane. And the thing is with Gohan, it's like because of where he was, like you're always expecting like he's gonna get back there. He still has it in him, man. He's gonna get back to where he was. The kid is still good.
And then you look at GT and Super, and it's like, nope, he really retired after Z, huh? After Super Buu, he's done.
I didn't watch the most recent movie though. They say he has a new form, so I gotta watch that. He's like
Beast,
Beast,
his
right?
new form, Beast Gohan.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. But for the most part, Gohan is an afterthought in everything. I saw like people arguing on Twitter about like what's canon and what's not, because it was just like, I guess Daima and shit isn't really canon, and like is like GT canon, is Super canon. Like I don't fucking know.
I mean, people they argue about that like every other Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Dragon Ball.
And then like another debate that always gets brought up, like, oh, who's stronger, Kid Buu or Super Buu? And it's like, well, it's like I feel like what the answer is that Buhan is the strongest, but
who's more dangerous?
Dangerous is like Kid Buu, right?
Kid Buu for sure.
It's like more impulsive.
Yeah, and I think if you think they're comparable, I'm gonna say who's more dangerous breaks the tie.
But also, like, when you think, like, the strength should be overwhelming, because, like, what? Like, Super Saiyan 3 didn't really matter to Super Buu or something? And then... Or to Buhan, I mean, I should say. But, like, for Kid Buu, like, that held him off pretty well for a while. And then it took, like, base Goku with the Spirit Bomb to take him down. Whereas Buhan, you needed, like, Vegito.
Super Buu was just more of a menace. I mean, Kid Buu was just more of a menace. So, like... And then, I think Kid Buu was more fun.
Oh, Kid Buu's way more fun.
Yeah. Buhan was fun, though. It was funny. It's just... And, of course, he liked Majin Buu. Fat Buu.
Fat Boo's okay. I just hate that in Super they nerf him. Toriyama definitely nerfs him because it's like, like Super Buu, or not Super, like Majin Buu, he's coming to the tournament. He's coming, guys.
Yeah,
he's gonna be so great. And then what? Like he fell asleep or something?
People were expecting for Kid Buu to come back. Or a different form.
God. Like, and then we have Oob. Yeah. And Oob is like the reincarnation of Kid Buu, but Oob is just a little kid, so he's not like Kid Buu.
I did love the start of Dragon Ball GT. I don't know if you remember the first 10 minutes or so is Goku
where he's fighting
Oob.
with Oob. Yeah.
And Oob is pushing him too. I mean, it's Goku in base, but
yeah, I mean, Oob is supposed to be like super strong once he gets older. So yeah.
So Oob is like pushing Goku in base. Like that. If I remember correctly, I think he got the better of that exchange. Where Goku was like, "Oh man, you almost had me." But of course, like he's in base and shit.
And then you watch like the rest of GT, and Oob isn't that amazing.
No, he doesn't do much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like Oob as a character though. I don't know why. Doesn't really
Oob
even
isn't
say
bad.
much.
I just wish he was adultified. Like, you know, time skip him into an adult.
Yeah, we see more like Emperor Pilaf than Oob.
Yeah, like his biggest thing is when he turned into Maju for a little bit.
Yeah.
And that was cool, but like, you know, he didn't didn't do too much in the baby fight with that.
And what was the big baddie in there?
Omega Shenron.
Omega Shen, right? Yeah.
I like the concept of that because it's like we finally made the Dragon Balls like something we can't abuse. Because we literally were asking for like the dumbest shit out there. I mean, look at Broly, right? Frieza and Bulma wanted to say, "Hey guys, we wanted to be 3 inches taller." It's like, okay, all right, maybe Omega Shenron kind of cooked. We are kind of using Dragon Balls for anything nowadays.
Stupid shit.
Yeah, maybe we need balance in the world, like Thanos or something.
Yeah, I've been seeing more and more. I really see it before the memes as far as Thanos not being wrong about erasing half of the world.
Yes.
I don't know.
It
It's
depends.
you're
Thanos
gonna say
did it
like
via lottery. He did it via lottery, which I don't agree with.
it should be based on merit.
Yeah, based on merit or potential or blah blah blah. Like having it
that's the
be
thing,
RNG is like you could end up with like crazy dynamics.
But that's kind of his thing, where it's just
Because
like,
his thing was about resources,
Yeah,
not about like the
it's
people.
resources. Yeah, so it's just like, what's more dangerous? Like, you know, and it's like, well, less people is better. Where RNG probably is the only route because I guess he has like magic
He has,
stones.
like, he's got
So-
like pretty much all the stones there.
So he could like decide it based on, I guess, good deeds that you've accomplished, but like these deeds, how do you determine them? And like what's considered a good deed, and like what do you put at the top in regards to these good deeds? Like if you save an old woman from like not getting hit by a car in comparison to not cheating on a test. It's just I don't know, like
it gets hard.
it's tough. Do you go
You
off
probably
of
just
like
have to like
one religion,
average.
right?
You have to like
Do you go off of,
average the
like-
entire world.
Like, what's the good? Is it going off of multiple religions? Like, what are you using as like the baseline for good? Is it just you determining what's good?
I think he'd have to
It's-
determine what's good and put his foot down on that one.
It does have to be he would like decide what's good or not. Like, so
Yeah.
good is like,
He has
This
to be
type
like the
of person.
judge.
which is like wrong. Because then
Yeah.
you're placing yourself on a pedestal above everything else. So I think it's best to just like RNG it.
And then what? They had like that one show, the Captain America show, where it's like, yeah, now they un-Thanos snapped everybody, and now the housing market's in a crisis. People
Yeah,
want to
I
move back into their houses, but people moved into those houses. What do we do? It's like, okay, this is
I
that was so silly. I remember that plot point. I was like, no way, dude.
wasn't mad at it because like you're exploring now like the random shit.
I wasn't mad at it, but it was like the main like topic.
Yeah, as far as people assimilating back, where it's like, all right, that's cool
Yeah.
for an episode.
And then like and then it inspired like a bunch of like what Gen Z villains who took like superhuman serum and just became bad guys. Well, not bad guys, they're like freedom fighters, and it's like,
Yeah, yeah, they're just
A little bit silly.
trying to take their life back. Yeah, love
yeah.
Marvel.
Shout outs to Marvel, man.
Love it. Much more to come.
Much more to come. But with that being said, though, guys, thank you so much for being here. We really freaking appreciate it. Thank you for joining us on the One Piece exclusive talkathon.
Only One Piece.
Only One Piece. And we will catch you guys next week with the next chapter of One Piece and FMAB. Peace out, y'all.
Peace out.